Hi, I'm Antonio Centeno. I'm the founder of Real Men, Real Style. Today we're going to be talking about facial piercings and perceptions of intelligence and attractiveness. This is based off a 2012 study from the European psychologist. And really a well-done study. They brought in almost 500 people, 230 women, 210 men. They ran them, through a number of images, and they came to some pretty conclusive evidence on what do we think of people when we see them with their eye pierced, with their lip pierced, with their ear pierced, with their nose pierced. Do we think they're more intelligent, less intelligent? Do we think they're more attractive, less attractive? Also, how does this pertain to women? The big thing that I'm going to say to start this off is, guys, I've lived in Austin, Texas. I've spent some time in Portland. I've been to parts of the United States where piercings are pretty common. However, what you have to understand, and what the reason I'm putting this stuff out there, is that not everyone in the world is as accepting as certain areas, even in the United States, especially when you get outside. There are some very conservative places where not just piercings, but tattoos are not looked upon in a favorable light. And so I want you to be aware of this. So when you travel, you're not surprised. You're not, or if you meet someone who's a little bit more, doesn't come from your same background, that you understand this may be something that you have to overcome. If you're going to work in a conservative industry, let's say you're leaving Austin, you got a great job in New York City, but you've never met the people face to face, you need to think, how can I help offset this potential roadblock? And that's my goal with this information, is to help you better understand what is, basically what to expect. Okay, so the study was done in 2012, and you guys know I love recent research. Usually it's a little bit, because if this study would have been done, I think 70 years ago, it would not have been as relevant. A lot has changed in society. Now we're seeing things are more accepted, especially on television and in certain areas. But what they did is they took a series of photos, and they had some that were digitally created photos, so these weren't real individuals, but they did look real. And they had one which no piercings at all. Then they had ones with single individual piercings. They had the eye pierced, or the eyebrow pierced. Then they had the lip pierced. They had the nose pierced, and they had the ear pierced. And then they had multiple combinations where a person would have, maybe their lip and their ear pierced. So they came up with quite a few images. Like I said, they showed this to 230 women, 210 men. Now, they also measured the men and women who were in the experiment on their openness, their conscientiousness, their extroversion. Basically, they ran them through a series of questions, and they were able to figure out, okay, is this an agreeable person? Is this an open person? And that's going to play, and I'll talk about that at the very end of the study. So, they were shown all of these pictures in a random order, and they were supposed to rate them on attractiveness and intelligence. What were the results? Results were that males with piercings were viewed as less attractive and less intelligent. Very clear. Didn't matter, who we were showing this for, men or women. Again, men in particular were rated as less attractive, less intelligent. Didn't happen exactly with the women, or at least from what I saw in the study. So really it's men that you've got to be you got to understand, if you're going to get these piercings, that there is a percentage of the population who are going to think you're less attractive and you're less intelligent. This may play into, if you're looking, again, for a job at a conservative industry, you're going to want to be careful about piercings and understand and find ways to offset that. Maybe you're going to have to dress a bit nicer. Maybe you're going to have to let your employer say, hey, I just wanted to be transparent. I have this, so don't be, if you're going to put me in front of a customer and I'm a lawyer and I'm going to be in New York City, understand that, I've got, this type of piercing in my lip and in my eyebrow. Again, you just want to be aware of that roadblock that's coming. So multiple piercings were the least attractive. So having some piercings made you less, but if you had multiple piercings, that made you least attractive and intelligent. Nose, actually, I thought this one was interesting. The nose piercing had the least effect on attractiveness and intelligence. And people that were open, or that had lived in certain areas where they had seen this before, those judges were actually the least affected by this. So something that a lot of us, I know, think we know by common sense, but it is useful to remind, and it's very helpful to actually have the data. But guys, if you're going to think of getting piercings, if you have piercings, just be aware of the fact that for some people, you're going to be viewed as less intelligent. You're going to be viewed as less attractive, and it may be a barrier. If you're thinking about getting piercings, it may be something that you want to be able to remove them when you go to work, or be able to work in an industry, live in an area which is going to, people are going to be more open and accepting of this, and they're not going to hold it against you. All right, guys? Okay, so if you're interested in more information like this, guys, go check out Real Men, Real Style. Got hundreds of free videos, over 1,000 free articles. And if you even want more, I've got the personal image system. This is an entire course that I've built up off of all of our research, all of our experience, having helped thousands of men build their wardrobes, control their image. We use science, we use experience, we use military history so that you can wrap this up and that you can present your best image no matter who you are. Take care, guys. See you in the next video.